Here are 13 new shortcuts inspired by you. Find coffee shops near your location and then choose one based on distance and time walking. Have your Apple Watch action button change function based on focus. Find photos you've taken on this date for the past decade. Instantly frame your latest screenshot, and more. Let me just take a sip from my discreet mug here. And now, let's build some shortcuts. Let's start with a fun one. Maybe you're in a new location, you're traveling or on vacation, and you want to find coffee shops near your current location that are in walking distance. This is actually an older shortcut I've now updated to provide more information so you can make a good choice. It's going to pull 5 coffee shops near your location. If you want to get more coffee shops, you can increase this number from 5 to whatever you'd like. It's going to get the walking time, how far the cafe is, and then give you a menu option so you can choose from, and then start walking directions to that coffee shop. Also, if you expand this first step, you can choose how far away you want it to search. Now, when I run this shortcut, there's not really any walkable coffee shops for me. As you can see, they're very far away, but you'll be able to see the walking time, the distance, the name of the cafe, and whichever one you choose, and then it will automatically open maps with walking directions selected so you can start your journey. Next, Steve Barajas in my Shortcuts community, which you can join for free at create.beard.fm and support the channel with $5 a month, and you get access to priority shortcuts request. He wanted to know if you could change the action button function on Apple Watch depending on focus mode. So if you're in your sleep focus mode, have the Apple Watch flashlight turn on, and if you're in a different focus mode, try something different. So let's go to my sleep focus mode and let's see if this works. Now I've mapped this shortcut to my Apple Watch, so if I press the action button, it's going to run that action, and look at that, flashlight on the Apple Watch because I'm in my sleep focus. Now let's change focus. I'll go to my filming focus, and I have here that when I'm in my filming focus, it's actually going to run a HomeKit scene. I'm in my filming focus by default when I'm making these videos, and this should run my done recording scene when I hit my action button on my Apple Watch. I'm going to press it. It should run that HomeKit scene, and you'll probably see the lights changing. It actually worked, and here I am in the dark. Now you can add multiple if statements for different focus mode actions, and if you would like it to do something when you're not in a focus mode, you can put back the otherwise step of these if statements, and then put whatever actions you want there, and your Apple Watch will do that. Number 3, Roishimi wanted a shortcut where you can duplicate a reminders list and create a new list as if it's basically a template. Now Reminders actually has a great built-in templating function. You can save lists as a template, and then here in the 3-dot menu, you can go to your templates and then create a new list based on that. But he wanted to be able to do it through shortcuts. Now I created a list called Video Template, and in the Find All Reminders action, I basically get all reminders where the list is Video Template. The first action is going to ask what you want to name the new list, so think of it as the new project. Then it's going to basically copy all the reminders from that template list to whatever new list you create. So if I run the shortcut, it'll ask for a name. I'll call it Shortcuts Requests, hit Done, and now it's going to duplicate and create that new list. We don't see it yet because I don't have reminders automatically open, but if we go to our Reminders app and scroll down, you'll see it created that Shortcuts Request lists, and all the tasks that were in that video template list have been copied over here. That also includes things like notes and priority. So in this add reminder step, you can expand this in the shortcut, and if you wanted to copy the priority level you have for certain tasks, even the URL, you can do that. Choose repeat item for the thing that's going to be added in this block, and then you can actually tap repeat item and choose any of the previous reminders data to put in the new reminder. So choose URL, and that way it'll copy the URL from the template task to the new task. By the way, if you're into automating things, you should check out today's video sponsor, Dreame. I've tried tons of robot vacuums and mops, and the Dreame X40 Ultra is one of the best. If you're looking for one of the best robots to clean your floor, mop with auto-dispensing detergent, the Dreame X40 Ultra is it. Not only does it have a self-cleaning base station with clean water, dirty water, and dustbin all built in, plus that detergent dispenser, but the X40 Ultra has some pretty cool tricks up its sleeve. It has a special side brush extend so it can get under furniture and all the way into those corners, and extendable mop, so it will get your hardwood floors super clean around your dining room table, under sofas, and more. It has incredible avoidance. In the app I can see where it recognizes shoes, cables, and my previous vacuums would choke on those things, especially cables. Dreame X40 avoids them all. And the X40 Ultra can even attach or detach its own mop pads, so if you send it to vacuum a carpet, it can leave those mop pads behind. Or if you want to vacuum and mop at the same time, it will lift those mops when it gets on that carpet and lower them again when it's back on the hardwood floor. It boosts its vacuum power when it's going over carpet, and overall, it's left my floors extremely clean. Now there's a special discount going on until March 31st, which is just a couple days away as you're watching this. So use my promo code StevenX40. You can get a discount there both on Amazon or Dreame's website. All those links are down in the video description. Start automating that floor cleaning with a Dreame X40 Ultra. Alright, now back to the shortcuts. Next, Stonemirage wanted a shortcut that basically got Apple Journal entries this date in past years, kind of like on this day. Unfortunately, there's no action for the Apple Journal app to actually search for entries with today's date, even month and day. You can search entries here, but it only works with text. I tried a bunch of different ways. You can't search for a date. So the next best thing, I did one with photos. So what this shortcut does is gets the current date, subtracts 1 year, so last year, find all photos taken on that date that are not a screenshot, and it's going to add it to a variable. We have to do that because I'm going to put it together in a grid later. Then I have this repeating 10 times, so it's going to go back 10 years, and each time it subtracts a year from that variable, combines all the photos it finds into a grid, and it's going to show it to me in Quick Look. It actually does it pretty fast. Depends on how big your photo library is, of course. You can change how many years it goes back as well. And here's a grid of my photos taken on this day in the past year. Now it kind of crops it weird like this in the grid, but if you want to just put the Quick Look action instead of the combined photos, then you can just scroll through the photos one at a time, or even create a new album and save all the photos to that. Sander from a YouTube comment wanted me to add the birthday reminders to the good morning routine that I've done before. So if you've not seen this before, this is a morning routine that I have set up. Basically pulls your events, your reminders, your commute time to work, puts it in a message, and then you can either read it in Quick Look or you can have the voice assistant speak it to you. Well, I've added the birthday action, and I also added an if statement, which the last shortcut I did, it showed the reminder every day no matter what. Well, this is going to get birthdays that are today, and if there are no birthdays, it will leave this blank, so you won't get any false positives. When you run this shortcut, it's going to get your events, reminders for the day, commute time. The contacts part takes a little bit if you have a lot of contacts, and then is going to show you all the information here. You'll see it even includes today's birthdays, the dates, and the shortcut that I'm going to include in the video description below so you can download it. I'm going to have a speak text so you can actually hear it all, and then it's going to start playing the latest episode of my tech podcast, Primary Technology. You should tune in every Thursday. I'll link that channel above. All right, for this next shortcut, someone asked for photos that were just taken to be added to an album with the location name. So all the photos maybe taken when you're on a trip are in one place. I just tried a bunch of different options and a lot of them don't work because Photos shortcuts actions changed a lot in iOS 18. So I'm going to suggest something like this. You can create a shortcut that you program to run whenever you close the camera app, and then it can save the photos you just took to an album of your choice. I've tried a bunch of ways to hard code an album name here, and it is just not working. I don't know if this is an iOS 18.4 bug. I am on the release candidate, but this should work most of the time. Now I've programmed this shortcut to run whenever I close the camera app. So if I'm in the camera app, we just have to take a picture, and now when I close the camera app, the shortcut should run in the background, and I should be given options to choose a photo album. Then you can choose a photo album here, and those recent photos will be moved to that. This next request comes from the Ramit on Threads, but he wanted it so when he opens a certain app, like for working out, but that's not the health app, if that app stays on screen for 60 seconds and it's still open, then your phone and Apple Watch will automatically start a specific workout. So what you can do here is create a wait command. If you want it to be 60 seconds, let it be 60 seconds here. And we're going to program this to open every time you open whatever health or workout app you want. Then it's going to check what is the current app on screen. If that current app name, and remember you do have to tap that name field here and actually choose name. If it is, and put the name of your app here, then it's going to start the workout. So as long as you keep that app open for however long you have seconds set up here, it should automatically start that workout. Then we'll go over to the automations, plus, go down to app, is opened, and then choose your workout app. I'm choosing the Hydro here, run immediately, choose the start workout if shortcut, and now let's go open that app. Now that shortcut should start running in the background automatically, and after 3 seconds, it's gonna see if it's still on screen, start a workout, and look at that, my Apple Watch automatically started that workout, and you're good to go. You can keep this app on screen, workout is going. This next one was a shortcut that I've talked about a long time ago, but it's pretty useful. It's a quick shortcut, opens a URL, but this URL actually jumps you to your subscriptions page in Settings, iCloud, Subscriptions. So if you ever want to check all the subscriptions you're paying for through your iCloud and Apple ID, use this shortcut and you get jumped right there. Next, if you take a lot of screenshots and you like sharing them framed nicely, this shortcut is using the actions from third-party app ShareShot. It's my favorite app for framing screenshots. And this shortcut will just frame the last screenshot. You can choose what format you want here or choose a different one every time. I like going with the square. You can even choose the background gradient color from those that are available in the app. And then it's going to save that nicely framed image. And then I actually added an action here because I share a lot of things through Croissant, so I can go to Threads, Blue Sky, and Mastodon with a single post. So now when I run this shortcut, it's automatically going to frame it, save it to my photos, and it opens Croissant. I can go to the photos right here, choose the last screenshot that was framed, and I'm ready to post. Now, if you didn't know, you can actually put shortcuts in the control center. So I actually have that share shot shortcut right here. So I can quickly take a screenshot, tap the shortcut, and it'll be framed for me, and I'm ready to post. Next, I had a request for someone to save a web page to Apple Notes, but then also choose what folder to save it to. So you can run this shortcut from the share sheet. It's going to save whatever web page you're looking at, and then in the folder that you choose manually. So let's say you're looking at an article. We'll tap the share button. I'll tap the save to notes and choose folder. I can choose what folder now in notes I want to save this to. I'll save it to my website's note. And now I've saved that link. The note title is the article title, and I'm good to go. Next, I had a request for a shortcut that automatically attached a document to an email. So if you have a document or file saved in the Files app, you can choose the file action. It's literally just called File, and then you can tap that and choose one of the files in your Files app. Here I chose my media kit for the YouTube channel, and here you can create a new email message with the file, and then you can pre-fill in the recipients, BCC field, whatever you would like. And then I have the Show Compose sheet toggled on, because when I run this, and there it has my media kit automatically attached. Unfortunately, you can't have both a file and text, so if you wanted to have some like pre-made text also attached to that email. But what you could do is add a text block earlier in the shortcut, write whatever boilerplate text you would want, add the copy to clipboard action, and now when you run this, you'll have that compose sheet, and you can just tap here, hit paste, and you can have whatever contents of the email you would like pretty quickly. Next, I had a special request for a shortcut that will find tasks that you have in Bear Notes and then move those to reminders. This is apparently possible. With Bear, you can actually search notes containing the @ symbol and then the word task, and it will find any checkboxes you've put across all your notes. And then I have some special actions here, which will match text, so it just gets the reminders from the notes, combines those, and then creates reminders in your Reminders app with the tasks there. So you can basically sync, at least move your Bear tasks to reminders using this shortcut. So when I run this, I do have 1 or 2 Bear notes with some tasks. It does have to open the notes automatically, but that's all it does. And now it's done running. And if I go to my Reminders app, I can see in my inbox it's now added those new reminders based on the tasks from my Bear note. Now we could get super fancy and find if there's a reminder with the exact name and skip those and go back and forth. So if you want that in-depth syncing between Bear and reminders, which is a very niche use case, let me know down in the comments, I'll work on it. And finally, a very specific request from the community, create.beard.fm, join for free today. They use Fantastical like I do, so they wanted to be able to create new alarms that go off 10 minutes before any events in their Fantastical account, and that's exactly what this shortcut does. So this finds all your events in Fantastical for today. Now you might want to filter this further by like specific calendars if you have a lot of different events and calendars, but every event in Fantastical, it's going to repeat with each, subtract 10 minutes from the start time, and then create an alarm for that event. If I run this real quick, we're probably going to have a lot of alarms created now. Okay, 3 alarms. And now if I go to the clock app, I have new alarms created 10 minutes before event starts, and it even has the event information in the alarm in case you were wondering. So those are 13 new shortcuts you requested. Keep them coming both in the comments down of this video. Remember, you could download all the shortcuts I did today down there as well, and join the community create.beard.fm. Join for free, but if you support the channel with $5 a month over there, you get access to my shortcuts database, shortcuts priority requests, and my shortcuts GPT, which I've used to build some of my more advanced shortcuts. I appreciate your support there, and subscribe to the channel and hit that like button before you go. If you missed it, my last shortcuts video is right up here, and a video YouTube really thinks you'll like is over there. Cheers.